Hong Kong, London or Liverpool? Where is the best area to invest? How to analyze a property deal? These are some of the common questions that I get asked all the time. And today I'm going to show you all the numbers of 3 property deals in Hong Kong, London and Liverpool. And you will see that you can even lose money every month by holding an investment property. Stay tuned! If I can change my life, so can you. Subscribe to my channel and I show you how. My name is Fabrizio Cravero and this channel is all about property investment for the UK and overseas investors. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe and let's create a community of investors that grow together. But now your time is valuable and let's go straight to the point. So let's analyze these 3 property deals here. This 1-bedroom flat in London, this studio flat in Hong Kong, and this 3 bedrooms terrace house in Liverpool. There are different reasons and ways to invest in property, as you can see from the way I organized my online course for property investors. First, you should clarify the goal you want to achieve. Then you set up the correct business structure. Then you make sure your finances are in place. And finally, you choose your investment area. And today, I'm going to give you an idea about how you can find the best investment area that matches your goal. Let's start with London first. This 1-bedroom flat in a new development in Canary Wharf costs £650,000 and can be rented for approximately £2,145 per month. And for the purpose of this video, I'm going to consider only the gross yield. But always remember to base your research on the net yield. You always need to consider all the costs involved in buying the property as well as holding it. Anyway, the gross yield of this flat in London will be £2,145 per month times 12 months divided by the purchase price of £650,000 equal to 3.96%. And now, to be able to compare the properties correctly, I'm going to make some assumptions. Let's say that we buy every property with a 75% loan-to-value mortgage at 3% interest, bar a repayment mortgage. Now, bear in mind that usually investors in the UK uses an interest-only mortgage, but since it is not available in Hong Kong, I'm going to compare the properties based on a repayment mortgage. And after this video, you can watch this good video here about repayment and interest-only mortgages in the UK. Anyway, for the flat in London, we will borrow 75% of £650,000, which is £487,000 and 500, and the monthly repayments will be £2,312 per month. That means that to own this flat in London, an investor will lose £167 per month to wait for the capital appreciation, and actually much more than that because of the extra expenses involved in holding a leasehold property, such as the management, ground rent, etc. And to be fair, let's also check the capital appreciation. For that, I'm using my city guide that actually I recently updated, and you can see that in that postcode in London, E14, the capital appreciation in the past 5 years has been 15%. If you want to download my guide where I analyzed 22 major cities in the UK, you can find the link in the description below. Now, let's move to Hong Kong. That's where I live, that's where many students of mine are based, and even if you don't live in Hong Kong, it is always interesting to see how to analyze a deal. There is this flat here in Ban Chai in Hong Kong Island that is on the market for the equivalent of £692,000 at the moment of recording this video, and is rented for £1,675 per month. Let's see the gross yield. So we are not going to take into consideration any other cost, the same as we did for the London flat. The gross yield will be £1,675 times 12 months divided by the purchase price of £692,000 equal to 2.9%. Then, with the same assumption of a repayment mortgage at 75% loan to value and 3% interest, the monthly rate will be £2,461, meaning that every month, while waiting for the future capital appreciation, an investor will spend £786 per month. But the property prices have gone up 25% in the past 5 years, as you can see from the Center City Leading Index. So far, that's the data. London gross yield 3.96%, negative cash flow when buying with a mortgage of £167 per month, and a capital appreciation of 15% in 5 years. Then Hong Kong, gross yield 2.9%, negative cash flow when buying with a mortgage of £786 per month, but a capital appreciation of 25% in 5 years. And now, let's check Liverpool. Just a few weeks ago, one of my sourcing agents sent me this deal here of this off-market 3-bedrooms terrace house in Liverpool, postcode L20. Purchase price £90,000 and rent £650 per month. The gross yield for this house is 8.7%, and if the investor uses the same repayment mortgage as the other properties in London and Hong Kong, at 3% interest and 75% loan to value, the monthly interest rate will be £320, meaning that the property still has a positive cash flow of £330 per month. From the data I extracted from the Land Registry website to create my city guide, you can see that the L20 postcode in Liverpool saw a growth of 45% in the past 5 years in terms of capital growth. Now, the number speaks clearly. There's not much to add, but for your information, I did not invest in that property in Liverpool as well. I honestly believe that that's the type of property that, yes, has the highest potential. But on that one particularly, when I did my usual due diligence on the area, sorry for the interruption, we get back to the video in a moment. You may be planned to invest in the UK, but you live far away from the area where you want to invest in. Or you live overseas like me and you don't know how to do it. I prepared a free training where I show you how you can invest in the UK no matter where you live. Join me in this free training. There is a link in the description below, and I'll let you enjoy the rest of the video. I noticed that there were too many properties rented to the council. Now, nothing wrong about that. But for me, if there is not the correct proportion between houses rented by investors, owned outright or with a mortgage, and social housing, then I prefer to pass on the deal. So you see that the due diligence is the key to success, and it is what makes all the difference between an accidental or amateur property investor and a professional property investor. And before I share with you my secret to being a successful property investor, let's recap the 3 properties we compared. London gross yield 3.96%, negative cash flow when buying with a mortgage of £167 per month, and a capital appreciation of 15% in 5 years. Then Hong Kong gross yield 2.9%. Again, negative cash flow when buying with a mortgage of £786 per month, but a capital appreciation of 25% in 5 years. Liverpool, gross yield 8.7%, positive cash flow when buying with a mortgage of £330 per month, and a capital appreciation of 45% in 5 years. So, what does it take to be a successful property investor? You need to know how to analyze the numbers and the area of an investment property, and you need to make sure that you are getting paid while you wait for the capital appreciation. Now, it is entirely up to you where you prefer to invest. I'm not here to convince you about any particular area, but you must make sure you know what you're doing. Don't just buy any investment property. That's just my thought. But what I want to hear from you, tell me your thought and where you are planning to invest. Let me know in the comment below. Check the free sneak peek of my property investment secret course, and if you gain value from this video, I really appreciate if you can tap the like button, subscribe to the channel, and remember, invest with knowledge, create financial freedom, and I'll see you in the next video.